controversial video, or live maybe, but I'm going to be talking about the 3 worst SpongeBob characters, or the most malicious. And if you don't agree with me, that's fine, okay? I'm not going to bash on you for your opinion, but if you bash on me for my opinion, oh boy, don't bash on me for my opinion. I mean, if you don't want to bash on me, if you don't want me to bash you and then you start bashing me, you're a freaking hypocrite. Anyways, so I'm going to start this off with, like, not one of the main 5, but Mrs. Puff. You might be like, but Carly, the woman gets tortured, like, all the time. I wouldn't call it torture. I wouldn't call it torture. Torture is like continually hurting something. Mrs. Puffs just has things happen to her for no reason. I would not call that torture. Torture is a very powerful word. But Mrs. Puffs is definitely one of the characters I really don't like. Mrs. Puffs, yeah, she does not deserve some things that happen to her, but she's just malicious towards SpongeBob sometimes. Like in the episode, the most notorious example is Demolition Doofus, where she gets deflated and she tries to get SpongeBob killed. I think as the seasons went on, she just became more of a bad teacher and like malicious. In the season 13 episode, Potato Puff, she just puts a potato in the car and just has SpongeBob ride it. I don't think any teacher should hate their student. If they do, you're just a bad teacher. SpongeBob does crash into stuff, but only if she didn't hate him so much and she would actually try to be with him. She is very patient. She's a very patient woman. She's a patient woman, but she just can't handle SpongeBob. She's not a very interesting character. Like in the episode Cookie Cooks, which I don't like the episode at all. In Cookie Cooks, at the end, she eats SpongeBob, and after she has him out, then she tries to eat him later. Like, no, you don't eat your student, you psychotic asshole. Now, let me just say that she's not a bad character. She's not the worst. I'm saying bad, but not the worst. And that brings us to number 2, Mr. Krabs. Yeah, I'm going to be merciless to this fellow. This guy's committed more crimes than Plankton. Probably more crimes than Plankton. There's a theory that he puts his own species into the Krabby Patties. Now, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. The creator said it was a veggie burger. The reason the fish don't like Plankton's chum is that the chum is made of fish. And they throw up when they eat it. So wouldn't Mr. Krabs throw up when he ate the Krabby Patty in, I think, season 3? It does not make sense. This guy has committed more crimes than Plankton. He's horrible. He blackmailed Mrs. Puff in the season 7 episode, Summer Job, which, if you see my SpongeBob list, that's the SpongeBob list, the one that's outdated. You would have seen that was at number 1, but it's not, honestly. I put it at, like, number 5, because I think the worst episode for me is Rodeo Days. Like, come on, Sandy. Sandy's a bitch in that episode. Anyways, nobody's joining my live stream, so the most views I get are 2 views, maybe even 3. I'm excited if I get 3 views, honestly. So this guy blackmails people. It's not like he killed people. He did, however, do attempted and forced suicide, grave robbing, slave labor. He gives his employees like a nickel a day. And I'm like, and I think there was that one time he tried to There was like that one time he tried to make his employees work 24 hours. Like, you're gonna compete with a failing restaurant who doesn't even have customers, and Plankton just lives there with his wife. I think that'd be the stupidest shit in the world, honestly. Yeah. Anyway, so Mr. Krabs has committed a lot of crimes, but he's actually interesting. He's an interesting character. And he can be nice to SpongeBob sometimes, unlike Mrs. Puffs. The only time I've seen Mrs. Puffs be nice to SpongeBob was in, I think it's a season 1 episode. She calls him a star student, gives him good noodles. Oh, she's just really psychotic. Over the season, she's just turned psychotic. Like, yeah, you have some bad things happen to you, but just brush the shit off, man. She is always getting arrested, and I do feel bad for her, but, you know. Okay, what were we talking about, Mr. Krabs? Yeah, he's committed lots of crimes, more crimes than Plankton. He does sometimes get what he deserves. He does. Like in the Krusty Slammer, he freed the prisoners, and he got thrown in jail. And it was really funny. And then he had to eat chum. Which, I don't get how he was crying at the end, because in the episode The Hankering, it turned out he does like chum, so he was a cannibal. Guess the ending justified that, I don't know. But yeah, Mr. Krabs is easily like the worst character. But number 1 is probably my least favorite. No, it's not Squidward. It's none other than Patrick Star. Fuck Patrick Star. Just fuck the dude. I really hate Patrick Star with a burning passion. He's stupid. If YouTube demonetizes me, probably I won't get demonetized because I have like 300 freaking subscribers. If YouTube gives me a claim, I swear to God, I will send like more than 10 emails to them saying something along the lines of, give me my fucking video back. I'll be like, no, I'm gonna give you your video back. Like, okay, YouTubers can swear and like put tickle bitties in their thumbnails or like clickbait and shit, but I can't. Like, Nahima Ramen can put clickbait blood and shit in her thumbnails, and I can't say a few naughty words. Like, yeah, it's dumb. It's like shit, man. Stupid shit. Anyways, Patrick Star is easily the worst character in the whole series. In fact, one of the worst animated characters. He is, over the seasons, his whole personality trait is being the dumbest fish in the sea. I know starfish have no brain. Phantom Strider is like my favorite YouTuber, but he said Patrick has no IQ. Really? So he can be a vegetable in a coma? Okay, I'm sorry, Phantom Strider. I didn't mean that. Anyways. So he can be a vegetable in a coma? Honestly, I really hate Patrick Star. This dude has... This dude has gaslit SpongeBob, destroyed the whole city in Valentine's Day, the carnival. He has been a scumbag to SpongeBob multiple times. He destroyed a card SpongeBob really wanted. Well, that episode wasn't that bad, honestly. He got his own show. And I just really don't like this dude. He does things without thinking. Like in the episode Scavenger Pants, he was like bored, so he just knocks over a sculpture of Squidward, and that's like the stupidest shit you could ever do. Honestly, like he caught Squidward's painting with his ass, and I'm like, and it got stuck in there. Patrick's whole personality is being stupid, lazy, and fat. Come on, man. Give him more personality traits. Of course, they give the least interesting character on SpongeBob a show. Like a whole spin-off. Which doesn't even make sense. And I'm going to be doing a review on that show. I will be doing a review on that show because holy shit, that show sucks. Patrick is easily the worst character. In the season 13 episode Big Bad Bubble Bath, which is like mediocre at best, he like digs an action figure into his ass like this. Like, ew, bro. Modern SpongeBob, make Patrick have a personality. I think at the start of season 2, he became stupid. Oh, hi. He became stupid in season 2, and that's like, season 2's awesome, but you know, don't make him stupid in season 2. Like, season 1, he had way more personality. The dude had way more personality in season 1. Like, he was just the stoner friend. He could be very smart. Like, the friend that just gives off good vibes. Other than that, he's like the stupidest thing in the world. Like, the camping episode, the camping episode was good. Like, wet painters. They used to make his stupidity really funny. Like, when he puts the dollar bill into the machine. Or, like, we have technology. Other than that, his stupidity is just really, really, really horrible. Sorry. Patrick Star is usually the worst fucking character I've ever seen in the whole entirety of SpongeBob. Now, don't mind me if I go off on a really huge fucking rant about him, but he's just the worst character. So number 1, he does things without thinking. Number 2, he's stupid. Number 3, he got his license and driven to tears. He lived with Squidward in that episode, like, Pat Hart's Squid. Okay, that's just... Okay, Squidward went to live with him. Okay, I can't believe it for that. Squidward went to live with him. But I will say this. Patrick, I hated Patrick. He has no redeeming qualities. He really sucks. I think, like, there's 2 episodes he was good in, like, Something Smells. Except, that wasn't even a Patrick episode. That was a SpongeBob episode. Patrick was just there to help him. He was good in the birthday blowout episode. But other than that, Patrick really grinds my shit. Like, grinds my gears, honestly. He makes my blood boil. He is horrible. I will be talking about the Patrick Star Show. Goodbye.